Okay, I think it's a great moment to start. If somebody will be late, they will just join in the meantime. So,
Sorry, I guess we can't hear you. Like we only have heard the first few words.
do you hear me now?
Yes, all right.
Cool, super. I thought there would be more trouble. Okay, I will repeat. I really happy to see some of you for the second time and welcome new people. Thank you for joining us, Data Science Realm event. Today we are with the Devoteam company. And first of all, I would like to say a couple of pieces of advice for the new people. First of all, I really advise you to turn on the camera because here you can find your new job, and it's like people remember people by faces, not by like some weird names that we can see now. The second one is don't wait for Q&A session to ask questions, because it is a meetup and we need to have a fluent conversation. We need to have a dialogue. And more questions you have, the better you will understand the company, the better you will feel afterwards, after the event. And yeah. And the third one, just be open and be curious, because it will show your personality and people will understand who you are, what you're doing, and probably you will find here your dream job. Okay, and as well about our plan, today we have like 30-45 minutes of data science use case. Afterwards, we have 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes of HR stuff. And afterwards, we have a Q&A session, like official Q&A session, where I will ask questions as well as you can ask them. And yeah, that's how we look our event. And today, I would like to welcome our speakers. We have 3 of them. It is Michał Żurawski, Emil Dąbrowski, and Adrian Trzeciak. These are really cool guys. They're very positive and very clever. Adrian and Emil are engineers. Michał an HR specialist. So yeah, the stage is yours. Welcome.
Thank you. I guess I'm the first man. I'm the first one up, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Right. I will just share my screen quickly. Let's see. And I'm of course having trouble with it. I'm sorry. Give me a second.
Sure.
I forgot.
There is like a green button, share screen.
But I forgot to give my Mac access to screen sharing for Zoom application.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Where was it? There we have it.
If you're on the MacBook, it will be security and privacy, and then you should click.
I'm there. I will have to come back in again.
Okay, sure. So maybe guys, maybe you have like, how is your opinion about previous events? like about QAD software session. Who was there?
All right, it should work better right now. Yeah. Let's share it.
Cool, yeah, I see it.
Nice. Yeah, sorry for the delay. Let's start. Oh, I need to minimize it. Present. Right, can everybody see the presentation now?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So I'm the lucky guy that will be talking about the Zero Accidents project in Hama, which is an Indonesian mining company using machine learning on Google Cloud. I'm going to tell briefly about me. I am still below 30, so I feel pretty young to be here, but it's so cool that cloud and cloud technology is giving young people a chance to actually do some cool stuff online. I'm a senior cloud architect at Devoteam. I've been with the company for soon to be 2 months, so pretty new, but I really like it here. I love the concept of cloud computing, and I have experience within software architecture using Azure and cloud computing on GCP. I have experience also with a lot of programming languages, spacing from Terraform to Golang, SQL, C#, .NET, JavaScript. So I've done a lot of things during my short life, but it's really cool to see how technology is evolving, and I really enjoy to be in the middle of it. So I'm going to talk about the case we are about to present in the first time. Then I will go through the description of it, how we made it work, how we did the POC and then went into the production, and I will present also a short demo. I will not use the data from the project that we made because it's customer owned, but we have some other data that we've prepared for you to show. So the business case was pretty simple. It was about how can we reduce the risk of accidents at the mine. There is a special law in Indonesia that says that states that the president of the mining company will have the liability if accident happens at the mine. So there is a strong push from the above, from the mining owners and presidents, to minimize the amount of accidents that happen at the mine. So one of the cases was to detect, let's say, people around the digging equipment in order to minimize the risk of somebody being hit or being put on the ground by accident. The second one was to take a look at the maintenance, and as you can see, you can use the machine learning to detect the damage for the bolts that are put inside the machines. And the third one that is the one that I will be talking about here is detection of fatigue of the drivers that are driving large-scale trucks. So those are the trucks that kind of need a great distance from driving in order to stop. And it can be like, let's say you drive at 20 kilometers an hour, but you need to have like 100 meters to stop. So if those accidents can be avoided using machine learning, it's a great win. So we have a typical AI project lifecycle spans from having a case study in the beginning. So defining what is our goal with that, or what do we want to achieve, what do we want to improve. When you've defined that, we need to see what kind of data do you have. Do we have pictures? Do we have videos? Do we have text, structured, unstructured, and so on? And we need to find the data that can be used in order to create a model. The next one, we will also choose an algorithm that will contemplate the data and make it work. The fourth one is the data flow and feature engineering. So we need to tag the data with features. The next one is the model creation itself. Then we tune it. Then we present it to the stakeholders within the company so we can see whether they are happy with the results or not. We create a plan for a deployment. We deploy the model and make it operational, and then we monitor it. And when we start with monitoring phase, we also do the adjustments because it's hard to be 100% from the first deployment. So this is basically all those 10 elements presented in some other way, but you can, with the yellow mark, you can see the elements that Google does for us using AutoML. So what we focus on is the data collection, is the data management, and the feature engineering. So when to use the AutoML, because you can either create a model yourself or you can use the predefined models by Google. And it's when you have the well-defined use case and model-ready data, either its structure, or its images, videos, or text. And it's for those who are familiar with machine learning and who have already identified a case, which we did in step 1. So first, with this project was to define the goals. All right, we need to minimize the amount of accidents that happen at the mine. And the problem was, first, now that we got the important stakeholders, like the president of the mining company, it was to understand where the accidents can happen. And it's a truck, it's a digging, and it's the maintenance where we kind of don't catch up with or don't see the bolts or the screws that are already damaged. In the next phase, we need to select and acquire the data, involve teams, involve our customer, and choose the technology and model. In this case, we thought to use as a POC to use the AutoML, but then create our own model for the production phase. But I can tell you more about it later. So this is our data that we had. It's basically over 400 hours of video. So we've placed a camera inside the right in front of the driver of those trucks, and we filmed them the whole time they were working. And then we labeled those or annotated those time or those points in time where we felt that the driver got distracted, whether he was reaching for something, whether he was grabbing something, he closed his eyes, he looked away from the road, or doing stuff that made him unfocused from the driving itself. As you can see, it's not English annotations because it's an Indonesian company, but we classified those points in time that were important to us. So we thought that for POC, we would use the CloudML for video. It's basically the same algorithm that Google and YouTube are using to tag the videos with the metadata. So in this case, we uploaded the videos, around 180 hours of it, and tagged them with 8 different labels, so around 20 plus videos for each label. Google actually recommends to have like 100 plus video for each label, but we found out when we ran the training, which took a couple of days, to that it was pretty good. It had a precision of 97%. So we thought that it was actually good enough to test it out. So here is a short sample of the of the finally traded model and evaluation of it, we had a case where one video was wrongly labeled and was correctly picked up by the model that it didn't, it shouldn't belong there as well. And here is also a short video of how the model how the model was annotated. So you can see during the second between 4 and 5, the driver closed his eyes or covered over his eyes, and the time between 13 and 15, he looked away and was reaching out for something, and it was correctly picked up by the model. So in order to run it in production, because those tracks doesn't have the connectivity to the cloud at each time, we exported the model due to our partnership with Google. It's actually not supported as of today, but since we are Google partners, we got the chance to do it. So that model was deployed on the edge CPU and with a camera connected to it. So right now, when a driver doesn't or isn't concentrated on what he's supposed to do, basically driving, for more than 30 seconds, a red lamp will appear inside his cabin. And once, or if he doesn't react to it, or he still doesn't keep attention to the road, the truck will basically stop for him. So those are the heavy trucks that the model was deployed on. So I will show you a quick demo. As we can't use the data set that we used here, we can use another one, which basically is showing digging machines either doing digging or loading. I can show you that later. So this is how we create data sets. It's recorded because it takes time. So you just give it a name and you provide it a CSV file, which includes the references to the videos and annotations. So that's the CSV file we are providing. And in the next step, we will be initializing the training of the model and creation of the model as well. So here is the data set with some 29 digging annotations and 25 loading annotations and 24 with none of them above. It's not that great of the data set, but it represents it pretty well. I can show you that part in the real life. This is my playground project where I have deployed the model. I can just go to video intelligence here. It's in beta right now, so it's not fully productionalized, but it worked very, very well in our case. So we have this data set, and those are the videos that are labeled. So if we just take a quick look at one of those videos, you will see, let me scroll down. You will see that we have classified this video as loading in the beginning, then digging, then loading again, then doing nothing of those two, and then digging again. So when you actually play this video, you can see what's the label for which one. The next step is to create a model. So in this case, it took about 2 hours. So I also did that in advance. But you can see that we got the precision of the model of around 90%. It doesn't work well with none of the above. I guess that's that data can be worked on, but it works very well for digging and pretty well for loading as well. So that is basically what I had. Please feel free to ask any questions. I will try to answer them immediately. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the presentation.
So guys, do you have any questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
Have you received any feedback from this company?
Yes, we have. It was a successful deployment, but I don't have the details on the rest of the feedback. Do you have any, Emil?
Yeah, the customer is using this technology today, and we are working now on creating some, how to say, some groups of behaviors to fit second machine learning project or model, which will try to predict what kind of behavior will be next. If the driver, for example, is looking outside on the using left window in the car or truck, heavy truck, what will be next movement? And if this next movement will be in the same pattern, then we will be the model will be sure that, for example, the machine should immediately stop. Yeah, we are going to do some additional today to do some additional models for this customer using this bunch of data which we have today. This data is collected in BigQuery now. Each truck is going back to how to say to mining I don't know, warehouse or something, magazine, and we are downloading all data from edge computers, and we are trying to get some more details or insights from people behavior, which is collected by current model.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question. Can your program handle such a situations where an obstacle or something appears in front of a camera, or, for example, driver covered the camera with a piece of cloth?
No, this model is working only with the face of driver, and we have no any cameras outside. And then this camera is yeah, we are checking just attention of driver, nothing else.
Okay, but don't you think that the driver might want to somehow handle this situation and cover, for example, cover the camera with his clothes so that he could do whatever he wants during his job?
Yeah, I understand it. I'm not sure what is the final installation, but as I remember, the machine will not run if the camera is not working properly. It means that the signal from the camera must be clear and yeah, and fresh.
Okay, thank you.
So what happens if the vehicle is blocked? So does a technician have to come and repair the camera or something?
If camera is if something is wrong with our system, then technician must yeah, must repair it, and heavy vehicle is not in operation in this case. The same situation if the system will stop the heavy truck because, for example, attention of the driver is not proper, then the machine can be started again after 30 seconds. It means that machine stops and the driver must wait 30 seconds to run this machine again. Did I answer for the question?
Oh yeah, thanks. Sorry.
No problem.
Maybe I will have a question to you guys, like for our listeners. So I just want to initiate some conversation. So how would you extend this, for example, use case? For example, Emir told us about trying to predict people's behavior based on this model. Also, the way like the car stops if the person is tired. So maybe you have some ideas how this model can be improved or extended, or something like this, or used in another situation.
I think I have an idea.
Okay, so
in my opinion, it would be great if this machine was also equipped in cameras outside this vehicle. So, for example, camera in the front of the truck that monitors if someone in the long distance is, I don't know, standing, passing by, or there is a bunch of people, etc., etc.
Yes, you are basically talking about an autopilot functionality right now, right? So you can have the autonomous vehicle in the long run. But yeah, that's definitely a good use case. I guess it kind of, some of the issues might be, let's say, resolution of the camera. Maybe you need to use radar in order to do that, because those people can be like far away. As I've mentioned, it can be a pretty large distance between the vehicle not notices anything and the person that it's supposed to stop before. So I think it's way more complex from the hardware side of it, but it's also a cool, very cool use case. Yeah.
I have a similar idea, but a different use case. I think that it's not healthy to stop every time when something happens, because, for example, as you have showed on one of the photos, there could be a chain of those big cars, and when one of the cars stops immediately, or at least quick enough, the car behind the one who stopped can crash. And I think that you could use cameras to somehow point out whether it is safe to stop a car right now, or you can wait a couple of seconds at least.
or maybe or maybe these vehicles should communicate between each other. I don't know, and send some JSON to like say, hey, I'm stopping. So everybody around like other cars will also know about this and will more like accurately react on the stopping car.
All heavy vehicles are equipped with range finders. It means that they cannot, how to say, stay too close, because automation will not allow to do it. Yeah, because range finder will say, okay, 100 meters, it is minimal length between both machines, and you cannot, how to say, be closer than 100 meters.
Okay. Any others have ideas? Like, feel free. Like, there are no stupid ideas.
You have to remember that everything what we are doing must be easiest. Yeah, it should. If the system is complicated, then probability that something will be wrong is much higher than if something is simple. And this is reason, for example, why we are not using external cameras, because combination of both probably will give us a lot of false positives.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. So guys, somebody else will be brave enough to tell interesting idea and use case? Don't be afraid, like really.
We don't bite. Really.
Okay, maybe afterwards you will figure something out. Kuba and Dmitry, thank you a lot for your ideas. They're really cool. So maybe we will continue now with HR part. So Michał, your stage is yours.
Thank you. Okay, so just 2 words about myself. My name is Michał, and I work as a recruiter at Devoteam. So basically, I connect people with opportunities. And I would like to tell you a bit more about our company, what is that we do, and why you should bother talking with us. So I will try to share my screen, hopefully without too many issues, because I would like to show you a short presentation about us, and I will try to keep it short because it's 6 p.m. So I don't want to keep you too long. So please let me know if you can see the lovely pink presentation.
Yep.
Okay. So Devoteam, we are part of the Devoteam group. This is a group of companies which has originated in France, and right now we have quite a bit of presence. We are present in 18 countries, and we have over 7,000 people working with us. We work as an IT consultancy. We are a reseller of solutions, meaning that we partner our partners with our clients, and we connect them with the best tailor-made solutions for them. Devoteam as the group is pretty large. However, we as a company are a smaller subdivision of this. So our business entity is called Devoteam Cloud Services, and we are operating on a bit of a smaller scope. We are present in 7 different countries, and we have 90 people working for us. However, we are still growing right now. So our presence is in several different countries. In Poland, this is in Europe. This is Poland, Germany, Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. And right now we are also expanding into Asian markets with our offices in Jakarta and Singapore. So quite a lot of diversity. We have a lot of colleagues coming from different backgrounds, cultures, languages. So definitely not a boring place to work, especially since the way our company is structured is that we can cooperate across borders. So if you are in our professional services, if you're a data engineer, you might be working for a client in Denmark from Poland, cooperating with people from Singapore, for instance. So a lot of diversity and a lot of cooperation between people who have different points of views, different ideas. We consider this our great strength. It is worth noting that we have a certain identity to our company, and this is very important for us. Of course, this is a business, but money is not always the most important thing. We really care about our culture, not only something to put on the website, but we actually organize our day-to-day work based on that as well. And as you can see on the presentation, we have 3 core values. Curiosity, well, we are into new technology, so we can never sit on our hands and say we know it all. We never know it all. There is always some new development, and therefore we are looking for people who are always curious, always willing to learn and willing to grow. And the benefit for you is that you can never get bored, because if you have mastered everything there is to master, great, now we have some new things for you to work with, and new projects and new technologies. Then there is courage. This is because we encourage you to come up with your own ideas, to come up with your criticism, and this extends to our customers as well. We work with moving people from on-premise to cloud. Not always they immediately see this as a benefit, but we want to give them the push, give them the courage, like go to cloud, go to new things, try new things, and see how awesome they are. And finally, trust is probably the most important thing. As a company, we are not exactly a corporation. As you can see, I'm not wearing a tie. We are pretty casual, and we like to keep it this way. We have the resources of the big company behind us, but we try to keep it more friendly. And with less than 100 people, you can always know the people that you're working with by face, by name. You know whether they have a cat or dog, and you can always have a chat, just friendly manner. It's not only about work; it's fun and work at the same time. Our vision and mission, well, we are a consultancy, so we deal with trust. We need to gain trust of our partners, and we provide quality first. So once we have this, we are able to help our customers move to new solutions, and we have a lot of fun ways to help our customers. Adrian has just given you a single example of that, but we work with a lot of different solutions, a lot of different tools, and we help our customers with problems that they sometimes don't even realize they have. So it's a lot of fun, I think. And speaking about partners, Devoteam as a group has a lot of different partners. Devoteam Cloud Services, we focus on the ones you can see on the screen. 3 main partnerships are with Google Cloud, with Okta, and with Salesforce. And for those of you who are interested in pursuing those, we are definitely the company to talk with, especially when it comes to Google. We are #1 Google partner in the EMEA region, and if you want to look it up, please do. You will find this on the in the official materials. So we have very close partnerships, as Adrian has mentioned already. We have access to some things that other companies might not have access to, because we have such a close connection. We are working very, very tightly with Google. So also an opportunity to try out new toys and new solutions, new technologies before others can. When it comes to our customers, of course, we cannot list all of them, so it's just a little sample. We have very varied base. We work with government institutions, we work with private business, we also support education, and we are basically on a mission to spread cloud, to spread solutions, and to get this to as many people as possible. Other than the ones you can see, we are working with some other recognizable brands, like for instance Spotify. So this is just to give you a taste. By all means, please look us up, and you can see for yourself that we have very wide range of customers. I work as a recruiter, so I would like to tell you a little bit about the recruitment. We, of course, as a company, are always on the lookout for new people, for fresh talents, hence our presence here. We are definitely open for new people who are still learning, who are on the beginning of the cloud journey, so to speak. So we are open for you to apply with us, even if you don't have a particular profile. Like, we might be looking for people who have years of experience right now, but if you are curious, if you are willing to learn, if you're willing to grow, we still would like to meet you. The way we see it, we can always teach you skills, we cannot teach you attitude. So if you have great attitude, we can always find you a spot to fill in our company, even if it is not on our website. The recruitment process is pretty simple. We have several rounds of interviews. First, there's an interview with the people and culture, that being me or one of my colleagues. Then we move to a technical test, which is really simple. We do it online, so you don't have to get out from your desk. So we just check the technical aptitude, and if this is promising, we schedule it for an interview with the manager and with the team. It is important for us not only to get to know you, but also to give you opportunity to meet our team, so you can always meet the people that you would be working with, to meet your colleagues, to see if we really are as much fun as I claim to be. And yes, spoiler alert, we are, but you can see for yourself. And yeah, so I don't think there is much more to say about this. What I will tell you is that I am on LinkedIn, and I would invite you to connect with me if you think that this is something that would interest you. So I will quickly just paste my link to my LinkedIn. And if you would like to connect, please reach out to me and mention this event. It will be much easier for me to know that this is the source. Also, we do have a website for all of our job positions, and we have a site for the so-called unsolicited application. This is for people who don't have a particular angle that they would like to apply with us. They just think that Devoteam is an interesting place, and they would like to have a conversation. So this is the link to this in the chat. And once you apply there, we will be able to invite you for a one-to-one conversation just to get to know you and see what we can do for each other. And I think this is enough of talking from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot. So guys, your turn now. Do you have any questions?
I can share my experience of working for this company also.
Cool, sure. Maybe I will start with a couple of questions. You mentioned on the presentation that you are partners with the Google. So could you explain, please, for our speakers and for me as well, what does this partnership mean? Like how it looks like?
Emil, would you like to speak about that?
Yeah, what the partnership is giving us as company
Yes, yes.
and as people. We have, first of all, we have some additional benefits like access to newest information about cloud growing. This is first thing. Second thing, we are working together with Googlers in the market, and we are looking. We are helping ourselves in this process, and Google delivers us the Googlers with huge knowledge about technology, and of course access to knowledge, to trainings, to labs, to early beta versions, and a lot of another stuff. Personally, I'm getting much more because I know that this group, and I have a connection with Google engineers because I'm working with Google for years now. And what else? I'm also in GDE, Google Developer Experts community as a Google Cloud Platform expert in Poland. And I'm getting a lot of knowledge and help from this group because we are connected strictly to developers which are creating Google Cloud Platform now. And of course, I'm getting some licenses. For example, to IntelliJ, I have license from GDE. But the main thing is connections to proper people in Google. This is first thing. Second thing is knowledge sharing with between all communities which are that I connected now. And this is huge. In my opinion, this is huge value for me, and of course, very good value also for the company, for Devoteam.
I mean, you don't need to look for Google documentation. You can just write to them, yeah?
Yeah, especially that documentation, not only Google, but every documentation is, in my opinion, almost wrong. There are a lot of mistakes in documentation, and easier is to ask author of code how it works.
Sure, from the first source, yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, maybe you have some questions because I will continue to turn to our guests.
Okay, I have one because I heard that on 14th of April that Google Data Center is opening. I mean, for like public. And how does it affect, I mean, you as a company? So as you're a Google partner, it would probably lead to like a lot of more clients, maybe. Is that the case?
Not really, because it is one of, as I remember, 27 data centers. This one is special because this data center is located in Poland, in Warsaw. But the speed of Google Cloud Platform is amazing, and today we have less than 20 milliseconds delay between Google Cloud Platform and our environment. And you have to remember that Google has, as I said, 27, as I remember now, data centers, and all are reachable as fast as possible.
Okay,
and
so the latency is very small, right?
This is just how to say buzzword today. Google is opening in Poland. Yeah.
I mean, it's opening a lot of like opportunities for, I would say, like energy and banking maybe fields, because there's a lot of regulatory, I would say, compliance things that you need to store the data in the country the data is from, right?
Yes and no, because we are in European Union, and we can store our data in every region which is located in European Union. It means we have now 1, 2, 3 regions, 4, 5 regions in 5 regions in European Union. It is Finland, Belgium, Holland, Germany, and Poland. And we have also region in Great Britain, but unfortunately England is out now from European Union, and one in Switzerland. It means that all of them are compliant with GDPR, with RODO, Polish RODO.
Okay,
It means
so
that it means that we can store data in all of those regions.
So the GDPR is okay with the compliant.
Yeah, and also, for example, healthcare data is also covered by all regions according to European regulations and standards.
That's cool.
And this is what I say, that it is on marketing, how to say, buzzword, and not real, I don't know how to say, not real step in our in usability of Google Cloud. Of course, this marketing buzzword is important because more companies will say, okay, it is ours in Poland. We have servers in Poland. Yeah, and
yeah, I mean, think it's connected with Operator Chmury Krajowej, because I believe it's like it was an investment by like PFR.
No. It is this is only again a marketing connection, because Google owning all data centers. They are not sharing data centers with other companies or other organizations. It means that Google data center, which is located near Warsaw, because it is not strictly in Warsaw, is owned by Google. No, okay. not OHK, not any, I don't know, government. This is just Google's.
Oh, okay. So the OHK is owned by whom?
It is this company is owned by PKO, BP, Orlen, and PFR.
Right. And I thought that they gave like a lot of money, like about like 1 billion to Google to come and build something here, but I'm not sure now because you have like more inside info. So yeah, I was just
maybe
curious.
they get some money, but I don't know nothing about it. But I'm pretty sure that Google data center is owned by Google. Google,
Yeah.
the strategy of Google is that they are not sharing own data centers. And they are building own data centers. They are not lending any space and how to say resources. Yeah, all resources in data centers and around data centers must be owned by Google.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Thank you for your answer. Okay.
I would like to add something to the previous question. What is the benefit of having a close partnership with Google? And I think this is of interest to people gathered here, is that since we are so close and we care so much about having good cooperation, good qualifications with Google, as a company, we sponsor all the certifications that you might have, that you might want to get. And this is not only for the things which are directly relevant to what you're doing. So, you know, if you are a data engineer and you would like to get some certifications which are not directly for data engineering, but still with Google, we are going to sponsor you and we will give you more than one attempt at it. So we are also a good opportunity to get the skills. So the connections, yes, experience, but also certs and skills which are required by that.
For me, it is, I forget this because it is normal for me in this company.
I forgot it because Emil already got all the certifications.
Yeah, but every 2 years I have to renew my certifications, and this year I had 3 exams, all sponsored by Devoteam.
So maybe you can tell us about, like, for example, person is coming to the company, and in case of cloud, like in universities, at least at my university, we had only AWS, so like very like shallow knowledge. So maybe can you explain us how the newcomers will behave in the company, what mentorship, for example, will be gave to them, how it will look in case of new people?
Adrian, as a relatively new starter, maybe you'd like to share some experience?
Yeah, I thought so. So I've been here for 1.5 months, and I've told to Devoteam from the beginning, I love to be uncomfortable. I love to be uncomfortable at work. So I love to be challenged every day. And this is exactly what I'm getting right now. So I'm getting thrown around at different projects, different roles, having the opportunity to learn a lot in a relatively short period of time. And I enjoy it pretty much. But I think if you are a person that wants to take it a little bit more slow, then we will also adjust to that. It's basically up to you. How much do you want to be utilized as a consultant? How much time do you need in the beginning in order to adjust and get the knowledge and stuff like that? So it's from my opinion, it's very flexible, and it's mostly up to you how you want to be like onboarded into the company and which assignments you want to get. Of course, it's everything is within your power, and it's very like. Do what you like to do best at your pace. We trust in you, and this is very comforting.
Okay, thank you. Guys, maybe some of you have questions? Okay.
Okay, I have one again.
Oh, cool.
So do you work like on client side, or how is it? I mean, I believe now, while it's a coronavirus, it's probably all remote work, but do you, let's say, travel? And as a, I don't know, some projects I believe are on site, right? And is it?
I haven't been here long enough to answer. Maybe Emil can.
Yeah, I will try. Usually I'm working remotely because it is hard to go, for example, to Indonesia or to Singapore for, I don't know, a couple of hours daily, or for a few months. Easier is because today technology allows us to do it remotely. And as we mentioned before, I'm working for customers from Denmark, Germany, Sweden, Norway, and from Singapore, for example. Our group is we have no borders in projects. Yeah, I'm working, for example, with colleagues from Stockholm on a project which is located in Singapore. This is a good example how we are working today. Almost all of our activities we are doing remotely. Only before the COVID, we had some meetings with the customers when we are, I don't know, deliver trainings, because training is much better if it is on class instead the online training. I see the difference. Or when we made some analysis, like, I don't know, check what is the current situation, current state, when the people interaction must be much bigger because it is more efficient. But today we are working 100% remotely as a member. I don't know, Adrian, what is with you, but I was in November last time in the office, in Warsaw.
Yeah, I've only heard legends about the Oslo office, so it's still like to be visited by me.
Yeah, and Katja, you are now also in your home, yeah, as a member.
Yes, in Belarus.
Yeah, and as you see, there is no borders, so there is no problem with office. My office is in today in living room, and my how to say workway is from bedroom to living room, instead 30 minutes daily from I don't know, from my village to Warsaw. Yep.
Another thing to note, I think, is that this is not just a temporary solution for us. This is not like, with a lot of companies, it was office work and then coronavirus hit. So temporarily it's in the office and then they will be coming back. We don't really see as I have said, trust is one of our core issues, core values. So we trust you to do your own thing wherever you are at your own time. And we do keep people together mostly for the benefit of the employees, like, building team. Before the coronavirus hit, we used to have company kickoffs twice a year, and we would basically fly everyone to a single country so they could meet face to face and have some time together. So this is, as long as it's helpful for you, great. But if you prefer to stay at home, if you prefer to work from the beach or mountains or whatever, great, that's fine with us. Just have a good internet connection and you're good to go.
And as Michał said, there is no time limit. It means that I can start working at, I don't know, 9 a.m. and work until 12. And next I can get a break and start working after, I don't know, 5 p.m. until until 8 a.m. for example, sometimes. but yeah, there is no place or time restriction in our company.
But there is also there's also an office in the near Metro Polytechnica. So as I understand, you can always come here, there, and like feel free.
Yeah, we have physical offices in the countries where we are present, but they are like again, I know I'm repeating myself, but they are to your benefit. So if some people prefer to work from the office because, for instance, they might have, well, I know of one case with 3 little children and a dog, so maybe it's a little bit more easy to work in the office, but this is up to you. And yeah, in Warsaw at least, it is quite convenient. We are literally in between 2 exits from the metro station, a lot, so easy access. And if you do have a puppy and you would like to bring the puppy to work, we are dog friendly as well in the office.
So guys, maybe you have any other questions?
I think some people might be shy because we are in the group. So again, if you would like to connect, if you are interested, if you would like to just talk, I mean, I work as a recruiter, but I am always happy to just have a conversation and just tell you more about our company. So in the chat, I have pasted my LinkedIn profile. If you would like to talk with me one-on-one and learn more, please connect, and we will be happy to let you know more.
There is a question.
Yeah, we have a question from Kevin. What's something you don't like about Devoteam? Well, it's a little tricky. I'm not exactly here to hate on the company. Well, maybe not something they like, but something that might be a challenge, at least for some people I've been talking with, is that with this freedom comes a certain demand for being self-organized. Like if you don't have anyone watching over your shoulder, if you're working from home and you have flexible working times, you are required to organize your own time. So if you're a person who needs to be pushed, who needs to be poked, like, okay, now it's time to work and you have some stuff to do, it might be a challenge for you to get used to it. I know that for some people it's like, I'm starting slow and then I don't really get that much motivation. So it's definitely a requirement that you are organizing yourself and you are your own boss in a way, which I think for some people is a minus, for others a plus. Personally, I do like it. However, sometimes I do get working slowly in the morning, to be honest.
I will say the same. Freedom is something which is hard to use in our organization, because we have a lot of freedom and trust, as mentioned before. And the biggest issue for me, for example, is to find the balance between work and rest. I'm IT enthusiast, and for me it's very hard to how to say, to split my life between my private life and work. But yeah, and this is weakness in this this situation, maybe not company, but situation in this case.
So maybe to continue this question about something you don't like about the Devoteam, maybe another question, like
I know one thing. My colleague Basia eating my, maybe not mine, but company's nuts from and every time when I'm coming to the office, I see that nuts are finished.
You don't have this problem anymore, right?
Yeah, and it is a problem because I don't know what is now, but when I went to the office, we had once per week nuts delivering and chips delivering. Now I don't know, maybe once per month. But I have to go and check what is the status of nuts in our organization.
Yeah, I've been in the office last Thursday, and now that you mention it, yes, we are fully stacked with sweets and cookies and everything. So if you're on a diet, we will ruin your diet if you come to the office.
Okay, I have to go to the office to check and eat, of course.
Okay, so like now will be serious question. You've been talking about freedom and like how freedom influence, like it also can be good and also can be bad. But so if you have a lot of remote work and you can work, as you said, from the beach, so what does success look like in your company and how it's measured? Because if you work remotely, you hardly can see how the person is like clicking on the keyboard 24 hours per day. But how you understand if the person succeeded in your work and it can be moved to another position or like whatever?
I think I can begin and then let Adrian and Emil say a bit more. You have mentioned we cannot check for how long somebody has been working. Well, that's fine because honestly, we don't care. It's not a work in the factory in which you have to punch the card and then you have to stay by the line to show that you are being productive. You are measured by your results, and of course, this means that sometimes you might struggle, you might need some support, but that's fine. We are open to communicate. So I can say from my own example, I am expected to get people. So if I'm getting people, then great. And if it's not really taken into account as a consideration, has Michał been working for 8 hours or has he been working for 3 hours? You get the results, you get the job done, great. And the success, well, I think Adrian and Emil, especially Emil, can tell you something more about how success is measured.
We have every year we have something which is called our goals, which we have to achieve during the year, and there is at least I have 10 goals for this year to deliver, except of course regular work like projects for the customers.
And can you give the examples of what is written in these goals?
Yeah, I'm now involved in security part of cloud, and for example, I have to prepare some additional materials like articles, events, and external events and internal events about or workshops about security. This is first thing, and it is counted. I have to deliver, for example, 12 events, but also my education. I have to do some additional certificates in terms of security. And I have to deliver some additional projects like security assessments for our customers or new customers, but everything is how to say well described.
Mm-hmm.
It is not
in numbers, as I understand.
Part in numbers, part in well descriptions, and it means that there is no place to say, okay, maybe you did it, maybe not. 1-0,
Okay,
like in IT, 1-0. But sometimes I'm working now with the customer which is located in Denmark, and this customer borrowed me for 3 days per week for my work. And in this case, I have to deliver 24 hours for this customer because this is time and material. And in this case, I can, for example, on Mondays, I can spend 12 hours in this customer. And on Tuesday, another 12 hours, and I have 1 day free. It is a joke, of course, but there is no any place or any person who is checking how I'm working. If I'm working at night and I will do my job correctly, then there is no problem.
So as I understand, it's very convenient for students, especially, no?
Yeah, you have to remember that this is a Swedish company, and trust is very important in this company. It means that we can trust our company, and our company can trust us. Yeah, it is important, and I see the huge difference between other companies and our company in this area.
I see. Okay. Okay, guys.
I will say, as a representative of People and Culture, that we are definitely not happy with Emil working at night, and we will have a conversation about this later on.
It is my style of working. I like work from, I don't know, 10 p.m. until 2 a.m. It is my best time to work.
The most productive one.
Yeah. I don't know why, but from all exams, because exams are now online, I'm taking at 10 o'clock because it is best time for me.
Hey guys, any other questions? Okay, I want to remind you, if you will have any other questions, and as Michał said, you can ask questions him on LinkedIn, or also you can ask questions on our fan page. Like, we will all send these questions to guys from Devoteam, or just answer ourselves. Depends. And yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you guys for coming. Yeah,
I will say one word at the end.
sure.
I am GDE. It is very important for me to share my knowledge. And if you have any questions, technical questions or career questions, just ping me. I'm also on LinkedIn, and you can ask me about everything which is connected to Google Cloud Platform or to I don't know, career planning, because I have huge experience with. I'm more than 20 years in the IT market. It means that I have huge experience in IT, and I can help you in your plans, for example.
Sure. So guys, remember. Okay, so thank you a lot, guys. You were really nice. I'm waiting you on the next meeting, and thank you a lot for your attention. Thank you a lot, our guests. You were cool, and the use case and our conversation afterwards was really nice. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Have a great evening. Bye.